Hey, good morning, everybody, or good evening, depending on where you are in the world. Just here to do a real quick analysis on stellar lumens or lumens, XLM. There's some interesting items here that I've noticed over the last couple days. Of course, we saw, 2 days ago, we had a little bit of a dip, right? And I'm looking here at a really long wick here on the bottom of this candle, which is typically a little bullish, which means that a reversal is impending. And we saw, yesterday, the whole day was a green candle. It did extend up quite a ways, and if I zoom in here, we can see this. I'm going to hide the volume just so that we can see the wick. Pay special attention to this red support line and this yellow Fibonacci retracement line. Couple things that I've seen here are based on an upward trend line and then also looking at this downward resistance line. Of course, again, we saw a nice green candle today based on a lot of selling pressure, which was rejected by the so-called bulls that are out there. One other thing that I would notice is the MACD. I'm on a 1-day chart, so this should be fairly reliable. The MACD is showing a cross pattern, showing that our short term is going above our long term, and that's generally a good sign for a potential reversal. This downward trend line that I'm looking at right here, this extends back quite a ways, and we can see that this has been started since about January 26th. We've been in a downward pattern ever since. I'm not sure that this would be considered like a three-wave pattern, but definitely we see that we're falling along the lines of these retracements. You can see it happen all along through here. It also happened right here. Once it fell through, we had some major resistance at that point. We saw a lot of activity trading around this line. And then, of course, we were just completely rejected here in two different ways. You can tell that they tried to get it to push through, but there was a lot of support in this little area here, which if we bring the volume back, we can see that there was a lot of volume in this area. So I'm using this point, when this candle closed, as a good area for support. And that did, stood true, that we had a lot of good support there. I'm going to hide the volume again here. I'm going to zoom out. And just to show, based on these numbers here, I'm looking that a couple things can happen, right? So we've got a good bounce back, but that doesn't always mean that that things are going to, break out of this pattern. If you are considering purchasing lumens, I would say that you should probably hold off and see what happens in this area, because if we do happen to go out of this area, then this would be a good chance to buy and maybe take some quick profits. If it doesn't, it's most definitely going to get rejected and probably test this area again. And what happened here, this is wearing down the support. So the bulls that were here that we're waiting to buy are more than likely going to be non-existent if it tries to go back down here, and that's because they did all of their buying already at this point. But again, the MACD showing an uptrend, looking like it may be going up, but I wouldn't be too sure, because as always, we have Bitcoin, which could topple over at any point in time. I am still expecting there to be a pretty decent sized dip that's going to be coming up here sometime in the near future. It may take a couple days, it may take a week, it may take longer for it to reach the bottom, but we're definitely going to see a lot of ups and downs over the next few weeks until we get to that point where that actually happens. Um, but anyway, right now, I don't personally own any lumens, but if I was looking to buy, I would wait for a breakout. I would wait for it to go past 3,100 before I purchased. And this is, again, just based off of trying to mitigate losses. You want to try and maximize your profits, but you also don't want to risk additional losses. For instance, if I were to go ahead and buy here because I'm thinking to myself, oh, hey, look, the price is going up, so maybe 28.69 is a good price to buy. And then it topples down. Well, then I just lost a whole lot of potential profit. You've lost a lot of missed gains. Whereas if it does fall through here, and kind of gets past this point, um, I may be looking to purchase around 2K, depending on what that is, because again, this support line, even though it's been worn down, I think it's a good support. But if it falls through here, lumens may continue to go down to 1700. So it really depends on Bitcoin, and the movement of the market depends on how many of the people that bought back here at the very beginning of January. Depends on how many of those people are going to be shaken out with the laundry, that are fed up with all of these losses. So for me, that's an opportunity to buy low so that I can turn around and sell high. So that's my quick analysis on lumens. Again, look to purchase, right around 3100 if it does happen to get up there, because I think you could buy around 3100 and then turn around and sell at about maybe 35 to 3700. Not huge gains, but in a market that's looking like this, take any gains that you can. So that's all I've got for you today on lumens. Feel free to like the video, share it, subscribe, all that good stuff. So everybody have a great day.